One of the most traumatic experiences of my life occurred at a country hospital on an Easter. I was in my first term, or my second term of being my second year, so I'd been a doctor for 13 months. This hospital, being on the highway, every now and again has massive, horrible accidents. They had a massive, horrible accident, and I was the doctor for the hospital. Even now when I think about it, I think I want to cry. I mean, I saw people die who shouldn't have died because I didn't have the skills or the... It was a nightmare. I had... I mean, the one that still makes me tearing up straight away. A little 2-year-old came in, still in the car seat with an obvious fractured head. And then his parents came in who'd had the tops of their... Sorry, this is gross if you're not medical. I went, what's that cloth there for? Oh, his brain, right, put that back. It was like, we're talking... It was like being in a war zone. One of them had a hole in their lung, and the lung was basically compressed so they couldn't breathe. And I went, well, I've seen someone put a tube in a lung, so I'd better do that. So, I'm off and doing, and you're thinking, where is everybody? I, of course, was drowning in blood. It was 36 hours before I stopped. And I did get air ambulances, and I sent people. I think looking back, I did the best I possibly could, but it's a little country town. I was a junior doctor, and I saw children die in front of me. Maybe they would have died anyway, but I felt, of course, responsible. In the middle of all this, there were some funny stories, well, sort of funny when you're medical. A man arrives at the hospital thinking he's Jesus. So in the middle of all this, I'm trying to get the ambulance and the police to send him to schedule him, because clearly he needed to be scheduled. I mean, he was funny because he really did think he was Jesus. He was walking around amongst all this bedlam blessing people. Anyway, he went off in the police car. Right, so he's gone. And then I got an ambulance and an air ambulance to the children's hospital. It was like, ugh. 36 hours later, I finally get round to the truck driver who caused all this, who'd had a fracture. And he was, well, he started hitting on me, and I'm thinking, you are a pig. You've killed people, and now you're trying to crack on to the doctor. This is so inappropriate. Anyway, this is not a medical story in the sense, because maybe he was in shock, maybe. Whatever. But that's not the point of the story. The other doctor, there's 2 of you, she'd gone home for the weekend and then decided this hospital was all too hard and wasn't coming back. So I think I started on the Thursday and worked all the way through. So amongst all this, I got no relief at all. Anyway, the whole thing was one of the worst experiences of my life. So on Tuesday, medical admin opens up again, and by this time I'm thinking, where is the other doctor? I'm ringing them and they go, oh, she's not coming back. And I said to them, I've got to tell you, I'm dangerous. I am traumatized beyond belief. Patients are at risk. I haven't slept. I haven't eaten. I'm just not functioning. And you need to do something for the sake of the patients, not necessarily me. And do you know what they said? It'll put hairs on your chest. And I replied, I don't actually want hairs on my chest. I got no support from that at all. So the point of the story is, when you come back in next year to apply for your job, you come in for an interview, which is usually a nothingy kind of interview, unless you want to go into one of the specialist training schemes. I didn't. I just wanted to do another general year because I felt I could get more experience doing general things. You walk into that room, it's a very long, intimidating table with 5 very high-level doctors at the end of the table. You're a little bit anxious when you're walking through that door. Before I even got to the table where the chair was, one of them said to me, oh, you're that whinger from the country hospital. And I said, absolutely. Are you aware of what happened to me when I was there? That was the final straw for me. I can't work in this system. I can't stay in a system that cares so little. How can you say that I'm the whinger when I rang you and I said I'm dangerous and your patients that you are responsible for need care and nothing happened? I can't stay in this system.